What's up guys? So earlier today I was teaching Jiu Jitsu and I was asked a question by one of my students. What do I tend to do when I'm in a full guard, I'm trying to set up an armbar and my opponent is just completely stacking me and I'm not having any success whatsoever? So knowing when to abandon this technique and transition into another position or submission is really important, because more than likely if you've been doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for at least a couple of months, you would have definitely run into this position. Okay, once they start to pull their arm out, it may be a little bit too late and you'll probably get caught with them passing your guard and you're on the bottom in, say, side control. So there are a lot of things we can do before that actually does happen. And what we're going to cover are some of my go-to techniques, some things that I really do like, some very basic ones, and some ones that are a little bit more advanced as well. So we're going to cover a triangle choke, going into the opposite side armbar, going into some shoulder locks, such as the very common one going into an omoplata, and also the burrata plata, one that I really do like, and I tend to use this a lot when I am in this position. It seems like the trend at the moment, the leg locks, so we're going to work on transitioning into a leg lock, where you can do this at every single level as well, even at white belt, because obviously there are some leg locks that we can't do at every level. And we're also going to go into the bicep slicer, one that usually you can only tend to do this at, say, brown and black belt in certain competitions. So let's get right into it. So let's go over the armbar. We're here in this position, okay? We're maybe breaking the grip like this, or just hold on for a sec. Okay, so creating some space, getting underneath. Okay, bring your hips forward, holding on, grabbing the shoulder, rotating around, nice and high here. Okay, so now let's say we're in this position and just grab onto your arm. Okay, so he's hiding the arm I'm trying to attack in this position. He could be here like this, or he could have his hand underneath like that. And just bring your leg up for a little bit of base as well. Okay, so we're here like that. So start to shake your arm out and go into a pass. There we go. And finishing in more than likely side control position with an underhook or a crossface. So it's quite hard when we are in that position. So let's say break the grip, we get to here, rotate around, and I'm trying to stretch out. I'm not having any luck whatsoever. So start to do that stacking escape again. So here I'm getting completely squished, and then he gets a pass, go into the pass. There we go. Yeah, so how to avoid this position here. So what we'll do, we'll just rotate a little on this side. So let's go over a bunch of options of things that we can do in that position. So let's say I've broken the grip, I'm trying to set up the armbar. He's wary of what's going on as I'm going here. Okay, I'm bringing my leg over the head. Initially what we're going to do, just bring your leg up so you've got a good base. Okay, so I'm getting stacked in this position. So his hand's on this side, so he's trying to shake and pull his elbow out. So this is before the hand's underneath the back of the leg. Okay, so just start to pull your arm out. What I'm going to do, I'm grabbing this one here, and I'm going to rotate around, hook, and lift my hips up nice and high, so I can get this opposite side armbar here. So let's just rotate around a little. I'm going to do the same thing again. So you got to lift your hips up, because more than likely they're going to be quite high, and the foot on the back of the neck definitely helps out with controlling your partner's posture and helping lift yourself up. Here, going over, he's pulling his arm out, I'm hooking and swinging up nice and high, okay, and then getting the armbar. Even if I start to fall this direction, I'm still holding on to the arm anyway, so it should be pretty good if he starts to get belly down. That would be ideal for me. So that's one thing we can do. Let's go into a very common triangle choke. So same thing, I'm starting to set up the armbar. I'm here, I'm getting stacked, and I feel him, he's starting to pull there, okay? Before it's too late and they get in the pass, straight away I'm gonna throw this leg over the top. You've gotta make sure, just go back a step, you've gotta make sure you don't do this before your partner pulls their elbow out. Otherwise, we're just back in our full guard, which I guess is a little bit better than them passing anyway. But so if we're here, okay, see this hand could be here or go behind, there we go. So we're gonna be wary of that. So as soon as he pulls his elbow out, avoiding the armbar, I'm going over, might wanna pull that one in as well. So now him starting to get posture, okay, more than likely it's a good defense for a triangle. I'm going to, elbows here, hold the back of the head because I'm just about to open up my legs, hips up, pull this across. Now it's quite easy to put the foot on the hip, rotate around, chop on the back of the neck, go over the top, start to pinch your knees. I can scoop under here. I can pull my knee, his head, maybe even scoop under here. I've got a pretty good triangle choke in that position as well. All right? All right, let's do this angle with that one there. So, all right, I'll skip everything. I'm starting to go for the armbar. He's starting to pull his arm out. Straight away over, hold the head. Don't expect to have a good angle just yet. So initially, I'm holding, and just pinch your elbow nice and tight. All right, he's doing the opposite to me. He's trying to get his posture. He's trying to stop me from getting a good angle, and I can't just rely on going for the triangle there with my legs open. He's gonna be out. So that's why I'm holding, okay? So hips up, pull that across, foot on the hip, rotate, chop, underneath. Now we've got a good triangle. So now let's go into some shoulder locks. So in this position, what we'll do, let's say, go straight into the armbar. He's stacking here like this. Now we're going to go into, say, the omoplata. So he starts to pull this out here. Okay, now I can scoop under the leg. I'm pulling this one in, and I'm trying to go nice and tight here in this position. This was just initially to help me cut the angle. Make sure this arm isn't here because they're probably going to pull the arm out. Okay, so we're here like this. He's still in a good position. I'm going to pull this arm out, pinch my knees, and kick my legs to the ground, and then sit up here. So let's rotate around a little. So I'll do that angle for the omoplata. We're here like this. You can grab onto your pants. Okay, all right. So I'm here like this. I'm going to kick forward. Hopefully I can bring him down. Otherwise, just sit back up again. Okay, I can start to hip escape, get him to his side like that, or I could use the other hand. Keep the weight on your partner, pressure down, hips forward, and you've got a good shoulder lock right there too. So let's move back a little. We'll do that one again. So going for the armbar, dealing with getting stacked. He starts to pull this out. I can preempt this, scoop underneath, rotate around. Okay, you don't want to kick with this arm up underneath the leg. So I'm here, pinching, kicking, and then he's already down, which is pretty good for me. Pressure down, hips forward. Keep your weight on your partner. They obviously can't roll when they're flat like this here. And there we go. Cool. All right, so let's go into another shoulder lock. So this one here, a little bit more advanced. So I'm in this position. I'm dealing with getting stacked. And this is going to be later stages when the hand's behind the back of the leg as well. Bring your leg up as well so you've got a good base. So I'm here like this. I'm really struggling to get the armbar, okay, and he's starting to pull this out. So I'm going to grab onto the wrist. I'm going to make sure I jam it in between my legs. So now I'm locked in this position. I'm going to grab onto my thigh, okay, pinch nice and tight. I'm going to scoop underneath. This foot on the outside is going to go on the hip. So I'm scooping under. This leg is going to be driving down and pushing towards the shoulder. I scoop under, I pinch, and I'm flaring the elbows out here to get that shoulder lock there like that. Okay, so it's actually, whoop, step up for a sec. So it's here like this, flared out, driving forward, and flaring that elbow up like that. So let's do that again. So we'll go straight into this position. Okay, the arm's coming out. I've got to make sure I jam this arm in. So as soon as this elbow leaves, so start to pull your arm out, I'm jamming this in. Okay, nice and tight here like this. Grab onto the thigh, okay? Now, to stop your partner from moving away from you, you're going to scoop underneath the leg, or even, sorry, the arm, or if you're lucky enough to get the leg. Now, foot on the hip, keep your knee tight, grab your own thigh, scoop under, and now start to kick and flare to get that shoulder lock right there. In this position as well, while we're here, okay, I can also start to go for my bicep slicer as well. So get the lower part of the wrist, not your forearm like this. You want to get the bony part, your thumb, nice and tight. Now from here, I'm locking a good triangle, you're up, and then hips up to the ceiling as I'm starting to rotate a little bit like that. So you've got two different options there. So let's do that one again. So circle this way a little. All right, so we're here in this position. I've got to jam this inside. So as soon as that arm starts to come out, okay, I'm jamming this in between my legs and I'm here. We'll go straight into the bicep slicer. So I'm there like that, pulling in, squeezing, hipping up, and life's pretty good there. Okay, let's do maybe one more, so skip back a little. What we're gonna do now, we're going to go into a legal leg lock that everyone can do. So from this position, okay, I'm setting it up, grabbing, rotating around. We're here like this, and just bring that leg up as well. So I'm getting stacked in this position. I'm waiting on him pulling, get this even later stages, right underneath the leg. Okay, so he's pulling the arm out completely and getting a bit of posture. So I've switched my grip, okay, start to pull your arm out. I'm scooping inside the leg and I'm bringing my knee down, okay. Now if I need to, I can kick him away a little. I'm gonna pull the knee onto my chest. Now we're here in this position. This leg is going to go towards his other, and this one's gonna swing over and I'm gonna hook just around the hip. I'll change the angle anyway. So in this position, I could think about going for my heel hooks, but I'm gonna get DQ'd because I'm in a gi. So I'm just going to go for a straight foot lock, bring my knees wide, and then sprawl, just to get the belly down. Straight foot lock to make sure that that's actually legal for everyone. So we'll cut an angle, so skip back a little bit. So we're going into our K-guard from here. So skip everything, be lazy, get to here, start to pull the arm out. I've switched my grip, I've gone inside, okay, bring your knee down to the mat. Okay, now from here, if they're crowding you, you can start to kick them away with this foot, pull the knee to your chest. Now this leg here is going to go there momentarily to open up some space. This foot that goes in, goes to the hip. Okay, now in this position, I'm just going to put some pressure towards, so it's kind of like a kink of a chain. Now wrap around, get your grip, belly out, and start to sprawl to get that straight foot lock. A little bit of practice, right? Cool, all right, so I probably showed too much there, but a bunch of different options of what to do when you're getting stacked and you're having no success whatsoever with that armbar. Awesome guys, so there you have it. There's some of my go-to techniques of things that I like to do when I'm caught in the armbar and I'm not having any success whatsoever. So please let me know in the comments below what your favorite technique was, whether it was going into, say, the triangle choke, whether it was into, say, the straight foot lock, whether it was into, say, the opposite side armbar, or whatever your go-to technique is from this position. Maybe it's some random funky one that I haven't even seen before. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. That would be muchly appreciated. And until next time.
Hadouken! Sonic boom!